Sorry about that, mate. Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Drennan Knockout Cup. Mark Williams and I, deaf Mark Williams and I, are down at Gold Valley Lakes today for what promises to be a really good match. 64 anglers, all trying to win a place in round 3 at Lindholm. 32 will go through today, and Mark, we were here 2 weeks ago for the Club Angler event. Lots of big weights that day. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be the same again, do you?
I don't know. No, we got a different lake in where we had Syndicate and Middle last time. We've now got Syndicate and Gold Lake. So Syndicate will be the same. I think the same sort of end pegs. It's still windward. It's still wind's blowing into it. It's a warm wind today, and they'll be fine. And on Gold Lake, anything can happen. Yeah. Although the windward end pegs look favourable too as well. It's a weird match again. You know, the guys aren't fishing to win it. They just want to be halfway, and that's it. Whereas a Club Angler of the Year, they were definitely trying to be the top sort of 6 weights overall, and it was sort of quite difficult to do that. Today, every angler has got more chance of qualifying than ever because they've just got to basically beat half of the other people.
I reckon there's 1 or 2 anglers going to be trying to win it. I mean, Paul Downs behind us is probably lying favourites at the moment. What do you think?
There's a peg at Gold which everybody knows, and it's like the steps peg right in front of the clubhouse. Everybody eats their breakfast, they look over the top and they see carp, and everybody knows that peg, and it's like a great area to be. Paul Downs has gone in and drawn it today on top of the end peg that he had on the Specie Lake at Larford. So he's doing alright in this competition.
He's as good as you almost, isn't he?
Yeah, nearly. But he's favourable. He'll just fish with a feeder all day, and it'll be towards those steps, and there's a lot of fish in that area. It'll be quite good. Lee Pacicio is on an end peg in Syndicate Lake in one of the corners, as is Jason Lebosque, and they'll both be favourable as well on that lake. So anything can happen, but I think for a qualifying weight, I think people will catch skimmers as well. I don't think it's going to be dominated by carp.
On Syndicate as well as this lake?
On both lakes, I think, yeah. I don't think it's going to be dominated by carp.
There weren't many skimmers caught a couple of weeks ago, was there, on that?
It wasn't great for pole fishing. You know, it's a lot cooler today, and the wind isn't as harsh. It's, you know, the presentation will be a lot better. I think it'll be okay. You know, these anglers are quality anglers. They're going to catch a few fish if it's in front of them.
Now, there's a practice match here yesterday for some. I know some of the lads came down early to fish a little match. I think £100 on that one.
Yeah, I think £100 won it.
Should have done. Darren Cox had too many fish in the net, I'm told. But I think Simon Fry ran out winner on that one with £90-odd. Lee Edwards had £80-odd. So
it fished well, but there was a lot of skimmers as well for that. I think Lee Edwards has had 1 carp in his net and the rest skimmers. And he's actually just behind us. You know, I think he'll fish for carp to start with, and then his match will just develop. It'll then fish for skimmers and basically take it from there, see what's happening. If he feels he's going well enough, he'll just carry on.
For the benefit of the viewers then, just bring us up to speed with the rules today as regards bait and so on.
The bait limits at Gold Valley, the confusion is it's a maggots and casters and hemp sort of only fishery. That's for their cost cutter open matches, that's it, which is their Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I think there's Saturdays as well. For our match, the rules are no rules. There's no bait rules. It's only cat food, dog food, beans and pulses, but I've never used them myself, to be honest. A band, and everything else is allowed as long as it's coarse pellets.
Okay, so what baits do you think will work best today then?
Pellets.
I mean, as we're walking around, you're saying that, but I've seen Kieran Rich chopping up loads of worms. He's got big buckets of casters next to him. I think the minute they said to the likes of Kieran there's no bait limits, and all of a sudden it's open licence to put a lot of that sort of bait in. Yeah, but that's a good silverfish bait, isn't it? You know, we're going to catch a lot of silvers, and it's going to go for skimmers as well, and those carp are likely to come into it, so it should be okay. Excellent.
It'll be interesting to see. You've got anglers. I can just see over your shoulder. I've got John Arthur's already playing the fish now on the feeder. Kieran's put a load of chopped worms in, and then Lee Edwards is fishing the pellet waggler. So there's 3 different methods next to each other.
Okay, stick your neck out. Who's going to win?
Paul Downs.
And what weight are you going to need to get through on Gold?
To get through on Gold, £48.
And what weight are you going to need to get through on Syndicate?
£47. Okay. No, I think it's going to be very similar, but Gold's just going to be slightly better on Gold, I think.
You heard it here first, folks. He knows what's going on. Let's go and have a look, mate. You can carry the horn.
Thanks.
Come on.
Hold on, wait for me. I'll pick it up.
Well, it's been another fantastic match. There's been some good weights all around the place today, and it's lived up to our expectations. I've been joined by match winner, my work colleague actually, John Arthur, who for a change is this side of the camera, so probably makes a nice change for you,
Yeah, it's
doesn't
a
it?
nice feeling to be actually able to fish for a change.
Yeah. Now you've had a great match, £155.7. Talk me through it.
It's been quite simple, really. I mean, I've got a long chuck to an island, 67 turns, and I've basically fished the method feeder front to back all day. I've had about 24, 25 carp, up to biggest about 12 pounds.
It's some good fish, isn't it?
Yeah, they fight well.
What about
as well.
tackle-wise? What sort of gear have you used for that?
Well, I like to use my little 10-foot rods normally. Today I fished a 12-foot Diver Spectrum rod, 8-pound Technium line. I've needed that today. I've been sheared off 4 times on that with a lot of snags and boulders and bricks and things there. So I've actually lost 6 feeders as well. So I've used 8-pound Technium line. I've used an ounce, a large 1 ounce Preston inline feeder, 020 hook length. In hindsight, I perhaps could have gone a bit heavier on that as well. 16 Drennan carp feeder, barbless hook, and I've just fished an 8mm pellet to begin with, and then hair rigged a bit of punch bologna.
What about your ground bait mix? What did you use?
Ground bait. Well, I've used mostly micro pellets around. I've got through a bag and a half of micro pellets, but because it's a big chuck and there's a big impact as it hits the water, I've added a bit of Super Crush, Sonobait Super Crushed green ground bait to it as well, just to give it a bit more bind. So I really squeezed it by hand. I didn't think a mould was right for today because it's such a long chuck, and really squeezed it. So it's a big chuck, and as soon as it hits that water, I still want it around the feeder. And you can actually see the tails when they're there, so they've been really attacking that ball when they've been there.
What a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been brilliant, yeah.
So next you're off to Lindome, 32 peg.
Yeah.
Fancy that?
Yeah, I do actually. The Lindo's been very kind to me. So last time I fished it was the UK Champs last year, and I actually won the round. So I had a great day's meat fishing on the pole. A bit more what fishing that I like to do, really. I'm not the best feeder angler in the world by my own admission, but if it's a pole match, then you know. But if I can draw like I have today,
I mean, you and I have worked that side of the camera for the last few years, and getting into the last 32 now when things really hot up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everyone's
still a who's who in the 32, and
a lot of good anglers too, and a lot of people
a lot of very good anglers. A lot of good anglers gone out, but there's a lot of good anglers that are still in. So
so that's it. At the end of a fantastic second round, we're off to Lindome for the next one. He'll be there, I'll be there, and we'll see you there. Cheers, mate. Well done.